Hi, my name is Christine McKnight, and I'm going to be sharing with you a tutorial on how to use a web tool that I enjoy called Quizlet. So you can go to Quizlet.com to get started. Quizlet is just a very simple method of studying vocabulary, trivia, any facts that you might need to quiz your students on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to come right up here. The first thing you'll have to do is to sign up. And when you click to sign up, you can do it in several different ways. I just signed up using my email. Once you are in, they're going to entice you to upgrade to a teacher Quizlet account, which I believe costs $25 a year, but you really don't need that. You can get the basics with this web tool free of charge. So I'm going to go ahead and go to log into my account. Okay, and so this is what my account looks like. This is Quizlet.com. Once again, you up here at the top, across the top, you're going to see where you can track your students' activity, create an image set, look at other teachers' content. To do those things, you have to upgrade. So we're not going to worry about that. Instead, we're going to go ahead and come to the left side. You've got your settings, your study sets, and we're about to talk about what a study set is. You need to create a class. Now, I am a second grade teacher, so I just put second grade for my class. When you create a class, they'll ask for the name, a description, and then you can choose to allow your students to add study sets. I don't really want to do that. It's not necessary. And then your school, and then you, of course, create your class. So I have second grade, and then when I come down here, I have created some folders. Now, these are the subjects that I teach at school. I don't teach Spanish. I just added that for today's purposes. But I teach vocabulary, grammar, social studies, and writing workshop. So I've decided to create some folders, and then whatever content I would like my students to review, if it's, of course, parts of speech, I would go ahead and put it in the grammar file. We're going to, for today's purposes, I want to show you some features, the bilingual features that Quizlet has. So we are actually going to go ahead and go to Spanish. So it says here that I have created La Familia, and I created a set for El Mercado, the market, but I'm not really pleased with that one. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And I am going to instead add a new one. So I'm going to click Add and create a new set. So once you click Create a new set, you can go ahead and put your title in. So I'm going to put it in English. If a parent is helping the student and they don't know Spanish, then that won't be a problem. So then we're going to create a study set. So this is somewhat like creating flashcards for your students, but it's not the old-fashioned way. One of the drawbacks to using flashcards, a student using flashcards, is of course that you need somebody flipping them. You need somebody checking their work to see if they're answering correctly, so they're not just looking at the back. So flashcards can be somewhat outdated, and also it's really depends on who else can be helping the student. So Quizlet creates flashcards for the student that they can use independently. They can check their own work. They can use this. You can download this app. A student can use this on their parent's phone in the line at the grocery store or at home on a computer. So it's very versatile in that sense. I have used Quizlet more as a parent, as a teacher. I'm learning as a teacher, but it's very handy because your child gets immediate feedback. They can correct their answers, and they can move on. So one feature about Quizlet that I love is that you can choose the language. So here we can choose Spanish. And it automatically comes up with your accents, your ñes, and your punctuation. So I can put the Spanish word on this side and then the English form of the word over there. So if I'm talking about things you might find at the market, I can put here el pepino, and then on this side I would write the English word. On the left side, I can say la manzana. And we might have to say that it's English. And then we would say apple. Let's do one more. Well, let's go ahead and do two more. El tomate. And then that would be tomato. And let's go ahead and do, how about la sandia? So I just need to get used to using the little accents that they've provided, and that would be watermelon. All right, let's go ahead and do a fifth one just to have a nice amount. And let's go ahead and go la lechuga, and that would be lettuce. Okay, something else I really like about Quizlet is, of course, children are visual learners, and having a picture is going to be really important for them. So let's go ahead and click on the add image. Here you've got that add your voice recording, but if you do that, that's an upgrade. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the picture, and you push add, and they automatically find images for you. So it will give you up to 8 images. And then after that, they will ask you to upgrade for unlimited images. But we are fine with these. That one works well, so I just click on it and it automatically adds it. Can do my apple and tomato. Let's say I clicked on one and then I decided, oh, I don't like that so much. That's kind of really zoomed in there. All I have to do is go back to the picture, click a different one, and it changes it automatically. So let's go ahead and do watermelon. And let's do our lettuce. Okay, so once I have my my term and then the definition and then my pictures, then I go to create. Now, they're going to give me the option to share this. I can share it with my class. If I want to, well, I just added it to my class. If I want to share this with my class, there's an option to do that. You can do a bulk email and send that out, and if you do that, then your students will be notified that there has been a study set added to Quizlet, and then it gives them directions on how to access it. So when your students access this, of course, you've got your tools over here. You can edit, you can add it to a folder. Let's go ahead and make sure that it's added to our Spanish folder. And it is already. So now what we're going to do is, this shows you what your students can do with what you have put into Quizlet. So I'm going to push flashcards. Now, this gives you several options. You can't hear it very well through the audio, but you have the option of having audio or turning the audio off. Unfortunately, even with the audio on, you're not able to hear it very well over my voice. But you can choose just the flip motion, which is what I prefer, and you can turn the audio on or off. You can choose to start with the Spanish side. You can start with the English side in the picture. Or if they are just being introduced to the terms and it's important for them to see everything at once, you can have it both sides. If you turn on the audio, it will say el pepino and then cucumber, and then you can flip to the next one. And they just said la manzana and apple. And the accent is really good. The student is hearing a good pronunciation in Spanish and in English. El tomate and tomato. So if you want to go ahead and start with the English and then you just want to flip it yourself, okay, tomato, I think that's, oh, el tomate. I can flip it, and then after I flip it, I can see the answer. All right, I'm going to turn the audio off. It's a little distracting. And then I'm going to go to the next one, watermelon. Okay, let's see, la sandia. Flip it, and there it is. Can start with the Spanish. La sandia, I think that's watermelon. And then it gives me my answer with the picture. This option just reshuffles them so they're not going in any particular order. This option, play, it just continues on and you're not flipping them at all. All right, let's go ahead and go up to another one. That was your flashcards. This is Learn, where it shows you the picture and the English word, and then I would type in the Spanish word. Oops, el tomate. And then it will give you the answer, el tomate, and it will tell you that you are correct. You can play the audio, and then you can go to the next one, apple, and then you would type in, of course, la manzana. All right, let's see what happens if they get it wrong. I'm curious about that. Okay, so basically they're giving you what you did incorrectly, and then they're giving you the correct form of it. So that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and go to Speller. Speller's another option. All you do is type what you hear. You can choose it to be fast or slow. Your learners might want it to be hear the pronunciation, and then whatever you hear, you type. So this is great too for keyboarding, for promoting keyboarding skills as well. Good practice for your students. So you can do that. You push enter, and then it will give. Also with this one, if you type in the incorrect answer, it will show you what you did wrong. It will highlight your mistake, and it will give you the correct one. I like this one. This is a test your students can take over the information you've given them. You can choose the types of questions, and you create a test, and they can do multiple choice, and then they can grade it and check their answers. So let's go ahead and go to scatter. Scatter's another fun option for them. The vocabulary word is there as well as the pictures. All you do is you click it and drag, and if it's correct, then it disappears. So the object is to make the entire screen blank. If it's incorrect, you drag it behind and it just spits it right back out. So that's kind of fun. So the purpose is to see, of course, not just to get the correct answers, but as they get more proficient, the purpose is to see how fast you can go. And most kids really like working against a clock. So that's kind of fun. Try and beat your score. And then there's one more game. It's called Race, and this one you need more keyboarding skills because the purpose is to type in the correct answer before the picture gets all the way across the page. So that's fun as well, but maybe a little difficult for younger students. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my study sets. And then it tells me what I've created. Your folders are here. It tells you when you worked on those folders, when you created them. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. As an educator, I appreciate Quizlet because I believe it's a pretty simple and fast way to create a study resource for your students. As a parent, I appreciate it because my child can practice independently in a fun way, and they can do it pretty much anywhere, in the car or at home or in waiting in a line. But I believe that Quizlet does engage the learner and that it does a really good job. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.